Four Roses is so creamy. Hello, Patreon.
Cream.
It's a creamy little bourbon.
It's a creamy bourbon.
I'm never going to get over Tater Dom on my live stream just going, hey, can you do Herbert the Pervert right now?
I don't know if I know we're going to talk about the live show and stuff more, but I can't get over doing a cream pie joke with
my mom in the room?
With your mom in the room with Kenny Coleman.
And he enjoyed it.
Yeah. A little too much, I think.
He leaned into it.
Yeah, he went right for it. He knew what he was doing.
Pre-game chats. We're here. Episode 335. Can you believe that?
That's crazy.
Patreon. We are back.
Get your boys.
Post live show, post meetup weekend. I gotta pour for us for the pregame chats.
Okay.
That it's a little special. It's a little something.
Rock and roll.
It's a little
country. Can I see it, or are you trying to surprise me?
I mean, it's in an unmarked sample bottle.
Oh, okay, perfect.
So you ain't gonna know anyway.
Rubber ducky, you're the one that makes coming.
No, wait, no, okay, all right. So there was so much that happened behind the scenes at the meetup that sounded way worse than it should have.
Dude.
But Eric and I just kind
of
lost our minds, and we always do this where we just make up weird songs when we're hanging out.
Yeah.
And the rubber ducky that was on the main episode last week got its own weird song.
It's still here in my house now.
Yeah. Good. It shouldn't have been.
Probably charged us like $40 for it. They're like, where's the duck?
You know how I said that there was like a security deposit?
Yeah.
It finally came off of the charge.
Yeah.
But I never saw it come back to my card. I don't know where that money went.
Did it ever pinned? Was it just pending the whole time on your card, and then it just went away? Didn't actually like take it out.
Yeah.
So that's what it was.
But
they didn't actually take it out.
No. It was on my debit card. So the money got subtracted from my account, right?
Right.
But that $200 that was the security deposit got subtracted from that deduction.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't there anymore. But I also never saw it.
It's the duck.
Apparently.
Apparently. The duck cost $200.
$200 duck.
$200 duck. $200 duck.
Anyway. I'm very excited for us to try this on the podcast together.
Well, it looks nice. I haven't smelled it or tasted it, obviously. I just looked at it.
Yeah. Other thing I wanted to mention before we go too far. In 334 episodes of the podcast, we are making the first significant format change to the show ever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. During the survey running, I was trying to figure out ways that we could kind of liven things up with it, and I brought mine too. The rum finished. I didn't, know if we wanted to do anything with them, but I also brought mine. But anyway, I figured it was time to just kind of give it a little refresh.
Yep. It's
So
time.
here we are, and it's not changing like the core content of
No more bourbon.
We're only reviewing mouthwash.
We're going to talk about bourbon, but never drink it.
We're buying. I'm not going to say
We're
it.
adopting a baby for the show
The
only.
podcast, baby.
Yeah, for the show only.
So, what qualifies you two heterosexual men that are not married to adopt a baby?
We have a podcast. And
Approved.
We drink whiskey. Okay. sounds
Together once a week. So, will you be co-parenting? Not
good.
exactly.
They'll just stay in the basement.
Can we come see the basement that we'll be living in?
No.
No.
Can we listen to the podcast? Sure.
I'd rather you didn't. Oh.
They can listen. If you want to really listen, you got to pay. Patreon.com/MyBourbonPodcast.
Anyway.
What the what?
Hey-o.
Hold up.
Also, it's summer break, by
Hold
the
up,
way,
bitches.
for Fayette County. So if you hear children in the background,
That's not really adopted children that we bought for the podcast.
that would be the real
That's
children's.
just actually kids upstairs. Yo.
It smells orangey.
Smells
Dusty and orangey.
weedy. Like a weeder.
If only I could show you the face that he just made.
It smells delicious. Yeah, I could see a little orange. Wait a second. Oh, maybe it's a rye. You said orange, and now I got Thomas Handy in my head. But it also smells kind of strawberry too. So I'm thinking weeder. It's strawberry and cigars.
Yeah.
And
there is a lot of tobacco on there, too. I agree with you.
Not cigarello strawberry Swisher Sweet. Like just straight up like
Cigar
distinctly
tobacco. Yeah.
tobacco, cigar, and then some strawberry.
All right, man.
All right. Oh. That's crazy because the mouthfeel is weirdly like calming. I wasn't expecting that at all. Finish is a little short, but it's all just like this big old bite right in the front of your mouth. Like
I still think it's like a citrus bomb, though.
I would lean more strawberry. There is tropical. I don't get as much orange.
I think it's very off profile for the brand that it is. Knowing what brand this is.
I have no idea. Like this doesn't taste like anything
I know. That's the crazy part about this product.
And it feels like one of those things that's going to just boggle me.
It's going to blow you away.
It's delicious. It tastes kind of old, maybe mid-proof. I wouldn't say it's going to like go full like 130 barrel proof, but maybe around 100 proof, 110. Finish is only thing that, and it's not bad. I don't get a big finish on it, but I get just a big punch right in the front.
Yeah.
The front palate.
Do you want to close your eyes when I Google what it is and then
Sure.
you look at it?
I want to get high for a second. Hold on. Let me push my eyeballs into my head. I stick my fingers into my eyes. Is the only thing that's on back to rain. The pain goes on.
Oh my gosh. So many pop-ups.
Chickswithdicks.com. That kind of pop-up. Oh my God, it's insane.
All right, you can look it up.
You got me. You got me good.
It was dick butt. I showed him dick butt.
You got me good. Little dick butt. You got me good. Very good.
No, it's not dick butt.
Oh.
It's Wild Turkey Generations.
Dick butt, Wild Turkey Generation. So this is that like $500 one.
Yeah,
right?
9, 12, 14, and 15-year-old bourbons.
Who had this? Where did we get a sample from?
I'll give you one guess.
Does he wear a cowboy hat?
Yeah, he does.
I figured.
120.8 proof.
120? Does not taste like 120.
No, I don't think it drinks like it at all.
It doesn't. I would never thought this was a turkey product.
No. That's what I'm saying. It is insanely off profile for being a Wild Turkey product, but I think it's really good.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of it.
I'm a fan. I like it.
But
it doesn't taste turkey.
$500 is a lot of money.
It is. It is.
But
whether
you know what?
That or not, that's your choice.
I don't know, man. I am just kind of over complaining about price.
No, that's what I was saying
anymore.
earlier. We've done better. Like I am too. I'm accepting that, that's just how things are.
Yeah.
Not that we didn't know that, but like
I'm almost to the point where I'm like even going maybe I would pay it. You know what I mean?
I'm not going to yell about price anymore. That's all I'm going to say.
John Hughes even came into my chat last night because I was doing the Buffalo Trace tier list.
Yeah.
And Thomas H. Handy came up, and he was like, so we're not going to complain about the 6-year-old $100 rye? And I was like, is it really going to do me any good?
Yeah.
to complain about it at this point?
Something I've learned recently.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, there are tons of 6-year $100 ryes that are delicious. So what's the point of complaining about it anymore?
Exactly. So
what's done is done. I'll swallow my pride.
I wonder if it delivers to me. If I could type.
Let me tell them your address.
I would really prefer you didn't.
Okay, sorry.
That's not my address.
Oh, you don't live in South Carolina.
Or California.
California love. Limit 1.
We are delivering to. That's crazy. And they still have some, too.
They have one at Ernie's for a while.
Oh, it's no longer available. Never mind.
All I want is insane.
Well,
thank you for sharing that with me.
yeah, of course.
Oh,
I mean, I wanted to blind you on it as soon as old Jansen, old cowboy himself pulled it out. Because what had happened
He's always
was
whipping out his turkey.
he had poured me some of his Russell's Infinity or Turkey Infinity bottle.
Which one's that? Which release is that?
What do you mean?
Which Master Steve is it? Infinity?
No, he literally made a.
What's the color box of that one? I'm trying to collect them all.
You're killing me.
What?
No, he made
Which one's Infinity?
He made an Infinity bottle with turkey products.
Oh.
Anyway, I had finished it apparently, and I didn't notice, but he poured me some of the Generations.
He tried to trick you and be like,
yeah, and there was something else that I wanted to try, and so I finished a pour of Generations real quick, and he was like, "Did you know what was in your glass?" And I was like, "Yeah, it was the turkey you poured for me." He was like, "No, it was Generations." I was like, "Crap, dude." $500 whiskey that I
So he's really good at sneaking stuff into people's glasses.
Apparently.
Cowboy, we got to talk, bro.
Brother.
What you been doing?
You want to talk a little bit about the weekend and the meetup and the live show and everything real quick?
Yeah. It's over.
It was good. Bye-bye. No, it was...
Are we talking about it more on the main episode, or we just...
I think we're just going to say thank you on the main episode more than anything, because, like, when the... We did last week's episode, which was recorded from the suite, right?
Yep.
People are going to hear the interviews from the live show, and we'll kind of, recap the live show from in that episode, for everybody. But this is kind of more like the behind the scenes recap, I guess. But, in the main episode, I think we'll just say thank you to everybody who was there. Because I imagine there are going to be some people who are coming in for the first time.
Right.
Or second time, I guess. There were probably some folks who are coming in again. I don't know how this works.
They're like, wait a second. When was this recorded? I didn't hear them talk about this.
I'm so confused.
Penis picture in the main show.
Did you watch any of the video?
A little bit.
From it? Did you see what I mean? That you waving in front of it didn't matter?
Yeah.
At all?
I get it now. The weekend was long and stressful, but well worth it.
It was, and it was like really not super stressful because of the folks who were there for the meetup.
No, it was
oddly enough
trying to make sure things were running smoothly.
Yeah, and the live show was
nervous as hell about the live show.
That was the most stressful part
until I was actually up on
it.
stage and I knew that everything was good. Like I was nervous all day long.
Yeah,
there was a lot of moving parts going on.
So I I was anxious the entire day. Just not even about like, it wasn't performance anxiety. It wasn't like anxious about the fact that the show was happening or that people were going to be there. I was worried about people like finding the right door.
Oh, you really were.
I was freaked out about that. But just about everything on Saturday.
Well, you always worry. We got these brands coming in. We're putting on this thing. Like, these are like a big deal to get these brands there. And then you worry, like, is everybody that got a ticket actually going to show up? Because you don't want to, you don't want to go in and blow your load in like 3 seconds and then like it's just done. Oh, you got that guy?
I got the Stampede from Don.
Don't tell him you stole it. He was looking for it. Just outed yourself. Sorry.
I started sweating so hard. Was he really?
Yeah. He said he lost it. He's taking it back. He's going to wrap it up.
Don!
That's what he told me. Anyway. I'm just playing.
Oh, my gosh. You jerk.
But... yeah, it's just you got the brands. Okay, so now we know the brands are there. Okay, that's one side. Okay, I got to get the food and make sure. Who knows if the food's going to be good? Because, we haven't ordered. I've had the food from that place a couple times, but I've never ordered a big thing from it. Okay, finally got the food. The venue. Is everything going to be okay with the venue? Okay, everything's fine with the venue. It was like, until I legitimately set up on that couch and we started the music and, like, kind of introduced everything,
Twice.
Twice. I was thinking something was wrong.
Yeah.
I thought something was going to go wrong.
My shoulder still hurts too.
And then you just want, at that point, you want everybody to have a good time, and I think they did.
Yeah.
It was the most work we had ever put into a live show. It's actually the most work we had ever put into an actual VIP weekend too.
Yeah.
And, there wasn't like an extremely large amount of stuff going on, but the things we did were different than we normally did. We did more, we talked about it with the VIP group. They know that, we were trying to do a little bit different things, make people happy, make people have fun. And there was a lot of stuff that, who knows what would happen? We show up to RD1 and maybe they forgot, or maybe something got crisscrossed.
Yeah,
or something.
and I mean, I made sure to be in communication with Barry throughout constantly over however long.
Barry's the man.
During the planning, too. So he was going to take care of us, and he absolutely did during the whole process as well, and was very, very hospitable. Oh, jeez, excuse me. To the group and to those who accepted his hospitality.
Yeah. I mean, he pretty much set us free in RD1, and we could have just gone and thieved every barrel that was available there. He didn't care.
Yeah, I mean, if you had a water bottle,
he understood.
He might not have known.
He found out all about the Nulu story, and he could not believe it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was fun. The tastings were great. I mean, I gotta break kayfabe and shout out to Chad. He brought some amazing pours for everybody and the VIP tasting, and they got bottles themselves, which we're going to talk a little bit more about those on the main episode.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think
it's funny how we have done a complete 180 with Rare Character since
and that is
everything started.
And looking back, I know that the whole Pride of Anderson County thing was crazy. Like we went off. It's fine,
and it was very self-inflicted
I never meant. I honestly looked at that as its own thing. Like, and I'm sure people are like, "Whatever, you came on." I know what was said, but
I know
I never was like Rare Character this, Rare Character that. I know the people behind it are people from Rare Character and all that, but it was never a knock on Rare Character or Chad or anybody like that.
No,
it was simply I was trying to make it seem like
it was very charged, though.
It was charged, but it was never
very
like
charged.
I'm going after Rare Character.
No, but I can understand why they would have taken it that way. And and to be fair too,
I
and we had an episode about a year ago too that was called "This Is My Concern with Rare Character," right? And we were talking about Fortuna. Not even barrel proof at that point, just the standard offering. I think it was before Chad ever even jumped on board.
Yeah, he wasn't
with them. So it is understandable if they had issues with us leading up to this weekend, and
but
Chad was an ambassador for us with them as well, and I there has been so much growth for us over the past year that it is. I'll speak not just to the work that we have had to put in for the weekend over the past year. We have also had to put in a lot of work to convince people to keep listening to the podcast. This is a very vulnerable thing that I'm about to say. As much as there has been a dip in listenership with TIMBP, specifically, there has also been a dip in listenership for podcasts in general. Now, some of the listenership dip with TIMBP has in fact been self-inflicted. And that has been because of the way that we have been woe is me. It has been because of the way that we talked about Pride of Anderson County. It has been because of the way that we have been very I don't know the best way to put this, but self-important in some ways too. And it is only with self-reflection and other people calling you on your BS that you understand that there is growth to be had. And I take full responsibility for it. And so we are in a growth period right now. And we are doing what is essentially the hardest thing that you can possibly do with a podcast or any form of content, and that is trying to bring people back to the thing that either they loved once before, or they have fallen out of love with at some point, or they've just never experienced at any point. And so whether it's diversification of the content that we make or reinvigorating the thing that we used to make and trying to, trying to find that magic again or whatever it is, we're more focused than ever on the brand. And this is like, there is a reason why we go into the main feed, the main podcast, with changes to the format, or the logo has changed, or I'm treating Eric now not just as the co-host, but as the host of the show, right?
It's all our responsibility.
But you have had that responsibility since you came onto the show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's not anything that you have had just as much responsibility with This Is My Bourbon Podcast as I have had, just in different formats.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so there's no reason for me to ignore that and I should stop saying, excuse me, at the top of the episodes, I am your host and this is my co-host. And we jump into the episodes and we say, I'm Perry, I'm Eric, and we jump off from there. Because that's where we are right now.
Yeah.
That to me is where we are, and that to me is where we should go from here on out.
Let's go.
And so, for better or worse, we're finding our footing. We're finding what is the magic now. I'm sorry to keep speaking in weird isms, but there
Terrence
is
Howard now.
Huh?
You Terrence Howard now?
Yeah. Oh, I don't want to talk about Terrence Howard on Rogan. That was the worst interview I have ever seen.
Just this weirdest stuff ever.
Anyway, it is a rebuilding period, and I have never felt more energized than I did than I have coming off of TIMBP Weekend 24. This is my Bourbon Podcast live with Kenny Coleman. Like, that's where I am
Kenneth
right
Coleman.
now, you know, and you I'm speaking to you are just as vital to this show as I am. And I mean that wholeheartedly.
Well, I appreciate that.
And I hope that you understand that.
I do. I mean,
and I hope that I have never made you feel like you are not, and I'm sorry if I have.
no, just that one time.
I'm going to cut my own dick off.
That would not make me feel better. I'm just playing. You never made me feel like that. No, I just like, I don't know. Like, and part of me still feels like it's just me and my best friend sitting here sharing pours and talking about poop and stuff. So, you know.
Yeah,
and it's hard for me to like.
I get that.
It's hard for me I understand everything you're saying, and I appreciate everything. It's hard for me to convey that just because of my personality. Like, you know me.
I know.
So, yes, I appreciate that.
Well, if one of us is going to say it, it's going to be me.
Yeah, exactly.
And so
that
I'm
part's
going
never
to,
going
and
to
so
change.
I'm going to say it.
It's always going to be you doing that stuff and me being. But I get exactly what you're saying. This Stampede is weird as hell.
But I like it though. I think it's weird. It's the most left of center wild turkey.
It's crazy,
and I really enjoy it. Sorry, Don, that I stole your.
He was late for his flight looking for that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. Just send me the bill.
What if he does?
But anyway, it just everything about what we did with this past weekend made me realize that we're not dead yet.
We ain't dead, baby.
And if you were there and you listened to what Kenny said about TIMBP 2, it made me feel validated in a lot of ways as you were laying sweetly on his lap.
Oh my gosh.
Which he just accepted so
Kenny accepted
so
everything
quickly
on that stage. Like,
and
he was
to hear him say
cream pie.
yes, but to hear him say over and over and over again, I have never done this before, was so cool. I don't know a better way to say it other than that was awesome.
Yeah. Somebody who's done everything on
and longer than we have too.
All the firsts. Like, I've never done this. I've never done this. All first pour. I mean, like, first time doing a live podcast. I mean, it's just crazy.
And I could have sworn that he had done a live podcast before, but he just straight up was like, "Yep, never done this before." That blew my mind. He was like, "Yeah, he just threw me into it." Great, man.
And
good. How else are you gonna do it if you don't do it?
It was awesome seeing him like just having fun. I know he's like a fun guy and everything, but in person, like seeing him have fun and like at something that we put together was just awesome. And like it did feel like he was like just enjoying himself, and maybe he didn't have to be leading the way on Bourbon Pursuit or, doing something for Pursuit United. He got to like go up there and be goofy and have fun and just relax.
And again, that's why I wanted him to be like the third co-host for the night, because I wanted to see what he would do in that setting, in that format.
I just hope he goes back and he tells Fred Minnick that my name is Eric.
We're only one way to find out,
Ooh.
I guess. But we do want to refocus and recenter, but also still maintain the spirit of This Is My Bourbon Podcast, which has always been, the family is not limited to just only going to distilleries and only going to people who have bourbon media or whatever. It's I want to maintain that to a degree, because I know that is still a core part of who we are, but I want to do more than that. And as Kenny said, there are so many stories to be told.
We haven't told half of them.
Exactly. So that's my debrief portion of it. I don't know what more to say right now.
No, I don't think there's anything else to say.
Yeah, and I know that Eric and I still have like our own private debrief that we're going to wind up doing at some point. But I more than anything, thank you all for being a part of it.
That's
and
the main thing.
Showing us that
thank you. This
is not a
ending.
There's still life,
but a beginning.
Yeah, there is still life to be had with this. So
there's still holes to fill.
Big ones, small ones, little ones, medium ones, in between.
And there's
all over
still
the place.
room in TIMBP for you. Forever and always, all men. All man.
All woman.
And male, females. Everyone, everything, you are TIMBP.
And we love you.
We love you. And thank you.
And goodbye.